What's going on, guys? After a very long time, I think 19 years, Rude Jude was finally let go. Show canceled everything. The All Out Show on Sirius XM channel 45. I've been listening to that show, man, over 10 years. Well over 10 years. I one day was riding down the road and made a mistake, turned to that channel, and he was talking some old crazy story, and it caught my attention. And it was him and Lord Sear. And I forgot the lady name that was the intern. But then, further down they got into it, he was always talking about how Lord Sear was always late. But y'all, on punctuality, that was the absolute worst show ever. On punctuality. You turn your radio, I turn my radio on, like if I get off work 3 o'clock. The show's supposed to be on. It may come on 10 after, 15 after. I'm almost home now. The show gone, I'm like, man. And it wasn't because of Lord Sear. It was both of them. Because when Lord Sear was gone, he was still late. I know some of these shows, it could be a song playing. That song gonna get cut, and that host coming right in, boom. And if y'all don't know who Rude Jude is, here he is. Some people even thought he was black.
No, son.
He just said it was a cigarette voice. Yeah. But, it says he was contacted by SiriusXM personnel after the show and was told his contract would not be renewed. He's been with the station since 2004, since they launched that show, the Eminem show, show you for a while, whatever. He said, I straight up got fired by a dude who I never met in person. He was some flunky from another place that they bought, and he couldn't even find me from a landline. He said the phone kept breaking up. He had to call him back. And see how he just said some flunky? That's one thing started bothering the hell out of me for some odd reason. How he talked about everybody. Dude, you nothing but a drunk. Dude, you nothing but a crack fiend. But he was on horse tranquilizers, ketamine. He had overdosed on it, damn near died. He was always talking about some drugs he owned. That was one thing that I just couldn't stomach anymore too. I got tired of actually cutting it on, and he was talking about how he got high and drunk. Or not high, drunk, just high. And that started bothering me. Every day was about him getting drunk. I keep saying that, getting high. And I'm like, dude, he keep hearing about you getting high. And then one thing I never understood what he started doing when he started working from home mostly. He always waited till he got on. It looked like he took the microphone and put it right here. Cause as soon as it come on, music, and he wasn't playing rap music like he's supposed to. He was playing rock and roll, yacht music, all that in the store. Like, what hip hop station? But people tuned in though. He had what they call a gift for gab. He had it. He come in, he start talking. Then you could hear he swallowing something. Then you hear the glass. I'm like, did he really have to put ice in whatever he was drinking? Did he really have to put the mic all the way up on his mouth? And you, I'm gonna see something. Just fumbling with stuff. Like he had the cord. I'm like, this is everyday thing. Why? He started getting annoying. But I still watched him on a lot of occasions. Because most of the time it was a good show. And like I said, he would talk about somebody in a minute like he was the most perfect angel there is. Come on, camera. Get up here. I messed it up when I done all that. He went in 2020. He moved back to Detroit from Los Angeles, back to Detroit. And he started doing the show from home since 2020.
Really, nigga?
And it was after his daddy died. And to me, that was kind of retarded on their end for letting it happen.
Gay!
Because you had John, which was the new producer guy. He was at the station by himself, you know, while he at home. And then they go on Zoom and all that type stuff. That's stupid. I guess they got sick of all that. I don't know, you know. Who knows what goes on behind closed doors when the doors are closed. But John, on the other hand, I think John had a master plan. Cause John used to not get in on the conversations. Too tough. He always got laughed at by Jude. And he started coming in and he started cussing people out, hanging up on people. I was like, John finna get his own little old station. So, I don't know if he'll ever do that. But one day, I was listening on a Saturday. He popped up on another show producing. Like, I'm like, that's John. Then they gave him the business on that one day. John's at another show, doing other shows. John was smart. I bet he's still on that show. Jude out there and probably gonna overdose or something. I don't know. Hope the dude don't. And I don't think he'll get another station on Sirius, you know, because they shit canned him. But I'm gonna show you something he said on one point when if I can find it. Even in his books that he wrote, y'all, he always talked about drugs, sex, all the kind of crazy stuff. I wish I would have got one of the books and maybe one day I could have sat down and read it, but I ain't too much of a book reader no more. I can read other stuff, but a book, nah. When they first got it from, he was from Jenny Jones show back in the day, and he was so rude to people back then, so they called him Rude Jude. He became a regular. Then, you know, he went on. Eminem even said something about him in one of his songs, you know. I'm sure he thought like, yeah, Eminem. And he was on a Master P movie. A little brief part. I forgot which one it was. But he's supposed to be in that movie. Which a Master P movie back in the day wasn't. I think the only movie Master P ever had really was Lockdown. If it was even Master P movie, but that's about the only one that was like worthy. All the rest of them were like low budgeted. They were like B- movies. Let's see. I'm trying to find what I was saying. When he was talking about he wasn't part, like the part no more. Jude says he was beginning to see the writing on the wall, but was hoping to make it to his 20th anniversary. That is not it. I'm just curious of what he's gonna do next. Because the dude been on this show for all this time, and he done put all his business out there, how he's a drug head. And if anybody know him, like, is you fixing to hide this drug head? You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have been on my radio show talking about drug head, alcoholic head, none of that head. It wouldn't have been me. I can't put my business too deep out there like that. Y'all, I wanna put it to what, like, the wording he said. I told you what he said, sort of, but I want to put it in his words of how he's saying that he knew he wasn't gonna be there no more. Damn, this saying when he was on the Howard Stern show. He was on there before Howard Stern too, y'all. He had his own show before Howard Stern. They saying he's always had a gift for gab. Jude first became known for his outlandish appearance on the Jenny Jones show. I made him favorite show. Kept bringing him back and made him series. Okay. That ain't right. Damn, that was it, man. They saying that his unapologetic style and a voice that sounds like an extra gravely red fox. No, it didn't sound like no red fox. No kind of animal. No kind. The show was down to just 2 other members, and Jude says the work environment became increasingly strained over time. It's hard to run your vision when the people on the other side that have to execute it don't like your vision, you know. He's beginning to see the writing on the wall. But oh man, I said that part, man. And he's thinking about doing a Patreon. I gonna pay for that shit. And I gotta get to what the listeners said, man. Y'all, they went in good for the man. Because a lot of his listeners, they did like screenshots of their subscriptions they done canceled. Just canceled the whole thing because of him. You know, there's a lot of truck drivers out there that was always coming in, you know, saying that he keep them up and they like listening to him. You know, like I said, I was one of them ones back in the day, but the older I got, the more I fell off of him. And they was cutting XM off of their social media. Sirius XM, they were cutting that off. Here we go. Jude removed from the airways caused a flood of reactions from listeners who left hundreds of comments on Sirius XM social channels. Many posting pictures of their service cancellations. And it said it took Jude by surprise. He didn't think nobody liked him anymore. Here we go. This is what he said. This is what I've been trying to look for, y'all. I knew I wasn't a fit for the channel anymore, says Jude, who says his brand of speaking his mind, old school truth, he calls it, fell out of vogue with the company, as well as with the world at large. I was in an impossible situation. I told y'all he was paying that. When take in mind now, you, especially if you a black person, you on the hip hop channel, been listening to rap, cause that's what you tuned into that channel for. Then next thing you hear, I wanna rock. You know that's him finna come on. Then you hear the, hey guys.
going on?
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it started getting cringy. So I really quit listening to it. Every once in a while I turn on. If it's something I want to hear on there, it'll catch me. Boom. But most time I listen to Roxanne Shante channel. And only thing about her channel is, to me, is it's not long enough. I mean, when I tune into a show, I want to listen to the broadcasting people to talk. I want to hear this. So on her, this is what she'll do. It'll come on. What the fuck you mean? What the fuck you mean? It'll come on and then she'll say, "Woo, I stubbed my toe." Cool V. He'll start giggling. And she'll say, "Ooh, it hurt so bad." Yeah. Ooh, doom, doom, doom. Music come on. And I'm like, that's just the intro. But she'll come back on and say something else short. Call it a day and start. And I'm like, man, I want to hear her talk. I want to hear somebody talk. But I still listen to her show because I like her show. But I still want to hear some more talk. I want to hear some more talk. And I know it's pretty much an old channel, like for older music. But they shouldn't be afraid to put in something newer. Not that trash, that mumble junk and all that, not that trash. But some newer stuff, because you also got some younger people coming in that don't know about elderly music. Yeah, I said it. Elderly music. Cause whose house runs house? Some of them folks wasn't even born today that listen to that stuff. I found out the hard way. I may have told this story before. When one day I was DJing at a club, and I went to put on some I think it's DJ Cool. That was a song back in the early 90s. It was the shit. Man, them people left that flow. I was like, so I had to scramble real fast and put on some Migos. They were back up. And when I was out, you was out in the club to try to find you some. Not these days. I said, oh yeah, I'm finna put on a little old slow music. Put that on. They left the floor again. Except for a couple guys who was co-mingling with each other and doing stupid stuff. But look, subscribe to this channel, and hopefully you'll get some more content like this, or better than this, hopefully. Cause this one here was kind of thrown at me all, at once, and I just had to get it, cause time is of an essence at this moment.